a real monster, and Big Mouth takes that literally. Tweens are visited by the puberty fairy.
Did you just call me?
The hormone monster, as they go through the nightmare that is their changing bodies. From feeling frisky when you see the Land O'Lakes lady, to getting your period, to first kisses and dropping loads all over your twin set, Big Mouth gets into the gross happenings of balls dropping and boobies popping. Today, we're binging Big Mouth! What's up, guys? For NerdWire, I'm Chris Carr, and this is Nerdflix and Chill, giving you a sip before you binge. Season 2 of the coming-of-age comedy, emphasis placed on coming, is set to debut later this year. So let's review what happened with our buds and their budding bods. Andrew and Nick are best bros, and Andrew seems to be getting hit pretty hard with puberty. So much so that he's got a literal monster telling him to let his hormones take the reins and whack it at the most inopportune times. School subjects, the clock in his friend's house, you name it, he's dug into it. Things get a little awkward when Nick sees Andrew's awesome blossom, and he's still swinging with a Smurf hat atop pearl onions. Seeing your friend's genitals is always a weird moment, but Nick is super self-conscious of his little kid schlong. This is sort of an issue throughout the series. Nick's obsession with his non-puberty and feeling like he's behind his classmates. Andrew, on the other hand, is constantly filled with self-loathing and disgust towards his actions, like any 12-year-old. Things get more complicated when Nick kisses their friend Jessie. The rest of their classmates sort of force them into dating while on a field trip, something they don't really want to do, aren't ready for, and the cherry on top of that crap sundae is that Jessie gets her period for the first time during all of this nonsense. Ultimately, Jessie breaks up with Nick, who doesn't realize he's been dumped. He tries to convince everyone that he did the dumping, and Jessie, freshly armed with her hormone monstrous Connie, rips Nicky a new asshole. Meanwhile, Andrew's fresh sexual appetites lead him to think he's maybe gay. To be fair, Dwayne Johnson makes him question his sexuality while dressed as a lumberjack, so, aren't we all into that? You chop that wood, you sexy Samoan. Andrew realizes he's not into dudes, and then we get a taste of toxic masculinity. Okay, maybe taste is a poor choice of words since the next episode involves Nick and Andrew's magic loving friend Jay inviting them over for a sleepover, only to have his brothers try to get them to eat saltines that they self-seasoned.
It's low sodium, for now.
We also learned about Jay's weird masturbation ritual. You thought Andrew jerking it all the time was weird? Not at all! Jay, on the other hand, nukes baggies of lentil soup, shoves it into a pillow, then blows his load into said pillow. Later, he'll think he got it pregnant, but the pillow's baby is actually his brother's. It's a weird show, man. Boys aren't the only hornballs, though. We learned from Big Mouth that girls get horny, too. This is Andrew's first indication that Missy has sexual desires as well, and then he starts to think about her romantically. There's also some weird subplot stuff with Andrew's parents not having sex, and the dad eating bad scallops all the time, and the dad puts on a saddle to have sex with mom, and Andrew sees it, and his dad's balls are huge. This is just something to note since later on the scallop thing comes back and John Hamm voices the scallops.
You got John Hamm to voice the scallops?
Yeah, I don't think John Hamm can legally say no to a project. He keeps doing all these random gigs. Andrew and Missy become an item, which annoys Nick to no end. Nick wants his bud to hang out with him, not this chick. But too bad, man, these weird little nerds are super hot for each other. Maybe too hot. Andrew's trying really hard to keep his hormone monster in check, but Missy starts giving to her hormones too, and, well...
Oh, sweet Jesus.
At this same high school party, we learn about rumors and slut-shaming. Yay! Some douchey high school theater kid has a penchant for pushing girls' heads down for blowjobs, and regardless of getting them, likes to talk big game about the action he supposedly gets. Quick PSA, the head push? No! That's a shitty move! The show actually does a really great job showing this pressuring act, and everyone at the party reacts honestly how you hope they would. They all shame the dude and call him out for being a real butthole. Oh, and a very drunk Nick pukes on him. Oh, and a very drunk Jessie and Jay make out too. And Jessie thinks it's a huge mistake. Jay seems to have really caught feelings for her though. He seems to have felt that way the first time he saw her in that red bra and she choked him out. Man, this little deviant is gonna be into some shit when he's older. Like he's gonna be an eyes wide shut club goer kind of dude. It's time for Jessie's bat mitzvah! Earlier in the show, Andrew and Nick had taken a trip into the city without supervision, and Andrew lost his incredibly stupid fedora. It ended up on the head of a woman they saw kissing Jessie's mom! Gasp! Well, at the bat mitzvah, they find the hat in the cantor's office. Oh my Maurice, Jessie's mom Shannon is having an affair with Cantor Dina, who is running Jessie's bat mitzvah! Ah! Fueled with hormones and a dress that makes her look boxy, Jessie tears into her mom, but whoops! Dad hears everything while he's blazing it outside. Jessie decided continuing to hook up with Jay on the sly was a fantastic coping method for dealing with her parents' pending divorce. But Jay wants more. They decide to run off together to avoid their effed up families. Meanwhile, Andrew and Missy, whose parents have told them they're too young to be together since their relationship seems a little intense, have been sneaking around the synagogue. Andrew proves to be too passionate and too into Missy, and Missy breaks things off with him, sending Andrew spiraling into a deep, dark porn dive where he could be lost to the pornscape forever. Nick and Andrew escape this super sexual land, and Nick earns himself a pube and his own hormone monster. How could this season end? With Andrew being arrested, obviously. While on his whack-a-mole spree, he dumped his crusty semen socks in a dumpster that happened to have a dead body in it. Jay's super terrible lawyer dad busts Andrew out of the big house thanks to some footage of him tossing his starched socks into the dumpster, but the footage has gone viral. The show has a ton of other fantastic characters, like Coach Steve, Nikki's way too open parents, Duke Ellington and his ghostly friends, who haunt Nick's attic and give him and his friends advice. And also watch his parents frick. What's not to like? Well, I wish that the sassy kid Matthew was in it more, but that's a pretty minor note. Others, including some of the fine citizens on the internet in our comment section, have criticized the show for being child porn, which, I guess you see an animated wiener and masturbation.
And perhaps even make something beautiful out of it.
What? Like a show about a bunch of kids masturbating?
Isn't that basically just like child pornography?
Holy sh! I hope not.
At least they addressed it themselves. And somewhere out in the pornscape, some creek is cranking it to this very series. Should you watch it? Hell yes, you should watch it! I think this show is fantastic. Sure, it loves to try to be as gross as Netflix will allow, but it's super original and hilarious, with a fantastic cast that just keeps growing. Season 2 already promises to add Gina Rodriguez as a girl who shakes up the social dynamics of school, and David Thewlis, aka Professor Lupin, will be voicing the Shame Wizard, the hormone monster's mortal enemy who haunts kids, stoking their deepest shame. Wow. So I'll finally have, a physical form to represent how I feel being Catholic. I, for one, am pumped for more episodes. And frankly, think you're lame if you think this show is shamefully deviant. It is joyfully deviant. If Big Mouth were a drink, it'd be tequila. Fun, but sometimes hard to swallow, but ultimately can be mixed with something fun to make it refreshing. Well, what do you think of Big Mouth? Do you like it? Are you excited for season 2? Let me know in the comments below. Click to the left of my face for more Big Mouth videos and other episodes of Nerdflix and Chill. And hey, thanks for chilling with me. Until next time, remember everything in moderation, except your shows.